But the feedback that I got was, well, when you're on the pitch, actually, the manner that you sometimes interact with players is arrogant. And then followed up by is also aggressive. And at the time, getting that feedback where I did and when I did was like someone had just slapped me across the face, because it felt very personal. It felt like someone was saying, you think you're better than everyone else. And it felt like someone was saying, you're so angry that it's actually threatening.
Yeah.
Which is, not something anyone wants to think of themselves as. And so while I could kind of take it and go, okay, well, there's obviously something I need to work on here, it was also this thing of, well, this feels like they're telling me that that's who I am as a person.
Yeah.
And so it actually took a few weeks before I was able to honestly able to even talk about that. And in those couple of weeks, I had to look and I had to ask myself, am I arrogant? Do I think I'm better than everyone else? Am I an angry person? Is it just my face? And if it's just my face, how do I change that? How do you change your face? Because this is what I'm stuck with. And so I went back to my sports psychologist. I clipped a couple of things that I felt, well, okay, I can see where they're coming from. It's not a great face. And so I literally just plopped the laptop in front of her and I said to her, I need you to look me in the eye and I need you to tell me, watch this clip, am I arrogant? And she went, okay, fine. So we watched the clip, and the particular clip is kind of like, I think what Simon is saying there is that I, make a decision. There's this split second where I make some sort of a face like, oh, and then we go on to the smiles and the professionalism and the calmness and everything is fine. So she looked at me, she was just like, right, if we just take before this face, after the face happens, from there on in, you're everything that I want in an official, tick, 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 that's fine. She said, but there's this moment where your face just something. And she was like, we have to figure out what's going on in your head when you make that face, because you're reacting to something in your head. And so, that might have been one particular incident, but actually I had to pick that out for loads of different things. And where it actually comes back to is that it came back to, again, those old habits that I was so used to when I was starting off. Sell your decisions and be big when you sell your decisions. That if something happened where maybe I wasn't totally sure, or I knew it was a big call and that people were likely to question me, I'd kind of make this face as if to go, well, what else am I supposed to do? And I frown when I do that, and my left eyebrow goes up. And, while I may not have done the big gestures anymore, that split second of my face sent a picture that said, I'm not connected with you. I've done something that you don't agree with, and we're not on the same wavelength here. And then we got back onto the same wavelength, but for that split second, we're not together here on the pitch. And so I had to do a lot of work in making a decision and then saying to myself, take a breath. And in that breath, making sure that my face didn't do anything.